Hi, I'm Shauna K, your Love Life Coach. I'm a certified sexologist, intimacy, and relationship coach. And today I want to talk to you about the types of people you should never date and how to avoid the toxic dating pattern. I know you're probably thinking, I don't need you to tell me how to avoid toxic people in my life. Well, I'm not talking about the obvious toxic people like your abusers, your cheaters, and your habitual liars. Today I want to talk about the not so obvious toxic people. Those type of people that you may even be in a relationship with today, and you may not even be aware that the relationship is toxic. I'm talking about the narcissists, the clingy people, the controlling people, those people who are always criticizing you and judging you and putting you down. I'm also talking about the manipulative person and also the person who is emotionally unavailable to even be in a relationship. These type of people will drain and suck the life right out of you. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to identify and stop the toxic people in your life and how to put an end to the toxic dating pattern. I also want you to watch this video in its entirety because at the end of this video, I have a special offer just for you. Also, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any of my new videos that I will upload weekly. Let's get into it. There are always underlying issues as to why a person keeps getting involved in toxic relationships. And I will discuss those issues in another video in the near future. But for this video today, I would just like to focus on the obvious reasons as to why a person keeps getting into toxic relationships, which is A, because they were too anxious to rush into the relationship. B, they didn't make a commitment to get to know the person before getting into the relationship. And C is the big one. They ignored all the red flags. So let me be very clear so you will not be deceived. A person will always be on their best behavior during the first couple of dates. They will have their first game face on, especially during the first and second date. But if you're a Christian and you've been praying and asking God to send you your soulmate, God will show you all the red flags immediately. However, don't be a fool like I was and ignore all the red flags. I know this from experience, so that's why I'm saying that. When I first got married and I started dating my husband, well, my ex-husband, I ignored all the red flags because I was so anxious to be married. But in the long run, it cost me everything. It almost cost me my life. So I'm telling you this video out of experience. So if you're dating, you will see the red flags. You just have to know the red flags and don't ignore them. So let me repeat myself. Do not ignore the red flags. This is your intuition, your voice of reason speaking to you. Or if you're a Christian, it's the Holy Spirit. It's giving you utterance and it's giving you warning about that person. So, in the words of Maya Angelou, when a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Let's talk about Mr. and Mrs. Manipulator. Now, before we get started, I want to make it very clear. I apologize beforehand because I know I can sound sometimes one-sided. I do want to make it clear that there are plenty of female manipulators as well as male manipulators. But however, because I'm a female, I'm going to speak about the male manipulator. So I just wanted to set that clear to let it be known that there are female manipulators as well as male manipulators. But as I stated before, when you first start dating someone, they will always have their game face on during their first couple of dates. However, the male manipulator is very skilled. He is a smooth operator. He will show up with flowers. He will take you to fancy restaurants. And he's always telling you the things you want to hear. Now, this can go on from quite some time, even after a year of dating him. But however, there are some clear red flags of dating a manipulator. He will also have you thinking he's Prince Charming, but again, you have to look for the red flags. And one of the biggest red flags is that they are habitual liars. Their stories are constantly changing. And another thing with the manipulator that you may not know is a manipulator, a skilled manipulator, will never introduce you to their family or close friends. Now, I'm talking about after dating someone after a year. If you have not met their family or close friends, then those are red flags. There's a reason why he's trying to manipulate your perception of him. He's trying to hide his true identity. So that may be the reason why you have never met his family or his close friends. Now, another red flag of the manipulator is they will always threaten to leave you if they don't get their way. Say, for example, they may try to manipulate you to pay their car payment or to do something for them. And if you say no or if you resist, they'll threaten to leave the relationship. That is a manipulator, okay? That's a red flag. That person is a manipulator, and he's only with you in doing those things and saying all the things you want to hear and whining you and dining you because he wants to get something, whether if it's just sex or whatever. He's trying to get something from you. So pay attention to those red flags. And another red flag is what a manipulator is. He will always threaten to cut off all communication. So say, for example, if you get in a fight or argument or something small, it might be something small or petty, and they cut off all communication. You don't hear from them from a couple of days or anything because they're trying to get your attention to buy into their argument or whatever their crazy things of reason. These are red flags you have to pay attention to when you're dating a manipulator, because like I said, they are very skilled at what they do. But some of these red flags, like I said, the biggest one is they're habitual liars. And if you notice a person is constantly lying or changing their story or whatever, that's a red flag. And another thing, if you haven't met their family or their close friends after you've been dating them for a year, that's another red flag. So be careful to pay attention to these red flags when you're dating a manipulator. Ladies, I think we can all agree that it makes us feel good when we are showered with love and affection. But what happens when it becomes excessive? That could be your red flag that you are dating a needy man. I mean, the needy guy. He will call you and text you every single hour of the day. He also wants to make plans to see you every day. But after a few dates, you will definitely start to notice the excessiveness, and it's not normal. And that is your red flag. One of the biggest red flags of a needy guy is he's doing way too much too soon. He's talking about being in an exclusive relationship on the very first date. He wants to meet your family. He wants to meet your friends. He wants to hurry up and get married within the next 30 days. All those are signs that you're dating a needy person. A needy person will also need reassurance. He wants to know constantly if you find him attractive, or he wants to know constantly, have reassurance constantly about your relationship. A needy man also, have you ever had that type of man who always wants to hang out with you and your girlfriends? It's as if he has no friends of his own. Every time you make plans with your friends, he's right there. He has no problem. A needy man has no problem being one of your girlfriends. He wants to hang out with you and your girlfriend. He basically wants to have all your time. Or if he's not hanging out with you and your girlfriend, he wants you to cancel your plans that you have with your girlfriends. But you have to be very careful because a needy man also shows tendency of also being a very controlling person. So although they're needy, there's a lot of underlying issues with insecurities, and also can be a person who wants to control everything you do. You can also spot a needy man when you're dating him. He's all over your social media pages. He wants to know why you're friends with that person, who you're friends with that one. It's almost like a control issue. So you have to be very careful of a needy man because it lacks somewhere. The reason why they're so needy is because they're very insecure, or there's something going on, like I said, some underlying issues where they feel that they have to be in your sight 24/7. And after a while, it can seem cute, like, oh, he's calling me every day. Oh, he's texting me after day. But to go through with that type of behavior for about a year can be very draining and very toxic. So I don't know anyone. Everybody needs their space. So when you're around someone who constantly want to smother you and suffocate you and be in your presence constantly, that they have no friends to hang out with, and they're not allowing you to hang out with your friends, you lose your self-identity. Let's talk about Mr. Ego, aka the narcissist. When you're dating a narcissist, their red flags can be hard to identify because they are very charming. The truth is, a narcissist are very skilled manipulators. They are seductive and can win you over with their charm and flattery. They are very accomplished and successful in their careers. Normally, we are usually attracted to the narcissist because of his good looks and charm. However, a narcissist, one of the big red flags is they are very self-centered. They only want to talk about themselves. When you go on your first date with a narcissist, you'll notice the red flag immediately because the conversation will always be about him. He will never ask you any questions about your hobbies or interests. And if he does, it's only for a short minute, only to be interrupted about how great his career is and the great things he's done in life. It will be a one-sided conversation, so you'll know immediately. Also, most narcissists, they will date beneath them because they like to feel, like I said, they have this big ego. They want to feel that they're superior than you. So normally when they're dating someone, they will date someone they feel superior to. They will make it feel like, you haven't accomplished much compared to their career or the great grand things. They will make it like they have this big celebrity status. You will definitely start to notice the red flags of a narcissist. A narcissist is very good at giving you the silent treatment. They will always use this as a form of punishment if you do something they dislike or disagree with. Because a narcissist actually believes by giving you the silent treatment and cutting off all forms of communication that you will actually lose your mind and go crazy if you can't get in touch with him, because he thinks he's the best thing that ever happened to you and it should be a privilege to talk to him. Another big flag of a narcissist is they lack positivity. When you're dating a narcissist, he will never compliment you or applaud any of your accomplishments. A narcissist will always devalue your accomplishment and undermine your success. So pay attention if your partner is always undermining your success or never praising you or giving you compliments for anything good, or if they're just trying to devalue everything or undermine your success. That's a big flag of a narcissist. And they also feel a sense of entitlement. That's a really big one. They feel when they go out, they should have the best parking space, or if they're the best seats in the house, wherever it is. And they can actually be quite rude and disrespectful with it. So say if you're out on a date and the waitress or the waiter brings to the meal and it's too cold or anything, they're very rude, or they're very loud and very can be very disrespectful to the wait staff because they have that sense of entitlement. They feel like their needs should go first, and that's the sense of entitlement that can come off very rude and very disrespectful. You can also be assured that a narcissist will never commit. They lack commitment. I mean, they're all there for the relationships, for the benefits and the fun and perks of a relationship, but they will never commit to a relationship because they do not like titles. They don't like to be tied down or held down. They're only there, like I said, a manipulator and the narcissist work hand in hand. They have the same type of behaviors. So the narcissist is only there to get what he wants out of the relationship. Most of the time they're going to date, like I said, there's something they want out of the relationship. So they're very skilled manipulators. But once they conquer, whether it's sex they want, just having a good time all the time, that's it of a relationship, and they're going to carry that relationship on for a while as long as you allow it. But they will never be in a committed relationship. Okay, so those are some of the red flags you can look for in a narcissist. When you start dating a controlling guy, you may overlook the red flags without realizing it. That is because you may have glamorized his jealousy as a sign of how much he cares or loves you. When I first started dating my first husband, I was flattered by his jealousy and all the attention he showed me. However, it quickly turned scary and possessive. He actually viewed every innocent interaction that I had with another man as me flirting. It became so intense that whenever another guy would look at me to say hi or to ask me how I was doing, my husband would get so angry and upset so it became to the point whenever I went somewhere with my husband, I would walk with my head held down to avoid making any eye contact with anyone. Yes, that's how much control he had over me. It is normal for everyone to have a little bit of jealousy, but it's not normal when that jealousy turns into isolation, which is another big red flag of a controlling guy. He will try to isolate you from your family and friends, and even try to turn you against your close family members. It is his ultimate goal to tear you down so you will lose your self-confidence, so he will have complete and total dominance over you. That is the goal of a controlling person. He wants to isolate you and belittle you so you can lose your self-confidence in yourself. So he will have that ultimate control over you. And a lot of times that control can carry over into the bedroom. So say, for example, if you're dating a controlling partner, he may also demand that you have sex with him on the first date, or to do something sexually that you're uncomfortable with doing. And if you reject him, he will belittle you or make you feel bad about not wanting to have sex, or some way to just belittle you by saying you're useless in the bedroom, or he had better sex with Susie or Felicia or Becky. Those are the things that they will, a controlling guy will do to make you start to lose your self-confidence and your self-doubt. Also, when you're dating a controlling guy, you have no privacy. You will also notice they want to have your passwords and passcodes to everything. They'll either snoop and want to know, look at your bank statements. They want to know everything about you to the point where you have no privacy. Even when it comes to your social media, they'll want to be all over your social media, know your passcodes, and probably demand that you get off social media. So like some of these, I'm not just saying one of these behaviors, but if you have a partner that has at least 3 of these behaviors, those are red flags. Especially the point where he's trying to isolate you from your friends, or to belittle you, or say those type of things, or the jealousy. Those are signs that you really want to look for. Now, with the jealousy, like I said, when I first started dating my husband, I thought it was as flattering. I thought it was cute that, thinking how much he cared for me. But when that becomes an ongoing thing, when he's jealous about your friends and everyone, even your family member and who you're around, that's a big red flag, and you want to stay away from dating that type of guy. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to watch next week for part 2 of this video. I will talk about the critic and the emotionally unavailable. In my video next week, I'm also going to give you several strategies on how to put an end to the toxic dating pattern. Also, don't forget to like this video and comment on this video, because I really want to hear from you. I want to know if you ever dated any of these types of people. Also, as I stated in my video, as I stated earlier, I have a special offer for you. If you like this video and subscribe to my channel, your name will be entered into a drawing to win a $25 gift card. Also, as an additional bonus, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment on this video, your name is going to be entered twice into the drawing. But you have to make sure you do all 3. You have to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also leave a comment, a meaningful comment on this video, so your name can be entered twice into the drawing. The winner will be announced this Sunday. And again, thank you for watching Shauna K, your Love Life Coach. I'll see you next week.